Alrighty, folks, we are going to ask millionaires key questions. We're going to put them on the spot. We're going to talk to Matt today and ask him, what is the key to a great marriage? Matt, what say you?
I'd say open communication.
Oh, man, I thought you were going to say open relationship. You mean open communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's break that down. So, Matt, obviously you are married. Why don't you break down why open communication is important?
Yeah. So for those of you that are viewing, you're probably like, what does this guy got for marriage experience, right? And so I'm not here to be your marriage counselor, right? I'm just going to share our experience. So my wife and I, we've been married for just over 6 years. And for us, both being in the military, we were geographically separated for our current jobs early on. So from 2018 till 2023. I mean, that's 5 years of a long distance relationship. And so you're asking
Mm.
yourself, how does one get through that? And, you know, it was hard. There was a lot of sacrifice, but I feel like that communication aspect and just getting on the same page and to get to this journey to where we are, that was the best piece of advice that I would give somebody that is, maybe in a long distance relationship is having that communication, being on the same page, and through that you develop that trust. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
I think it's undervalued staying on the same page. And again, I follow you on X, the Mojo Mindset. And, I think it was the other day I saw you and your wife did your yearly sit down where you were talking about your goals, vision board, things of that. Why don't you just talk about why that is so important to do and continue to do?
Sure. So that it's a kick-ass guide to the couples goal setting retreat. This is by Gary Keller over at The One Thing. And so this was a book I read, and this idea of this goal setting retreat, it was very helpful for us because, we be living apart needed an opportunity to obviously come together and take some leave and spend time together. And so what better way to make essentially a goal setting retreat. And so, through this process, and we've done this retreat now for 4 years, and so we'll pick a location typically at the end of the year, and it provides a framework of thought-provoking questions in different aspects of your life. So personal, spiritual, you know, business, career, family, what is important to you. And so it just creates a dialogue. And through that dialogue, we're allowed to, um, you know, voice our open communication, if you will, of like, hey, this is what's important to me. And not every year has to be the same, right? People change, things change, priorities change. And so for us, that's just, one tool that we use to make sure that we, retain on the same page and that we keep that journey going forward.
Yeah. Again, staying on the same page is so important. I mean, one of the things that Olivia and I did during the hard times, right? So we'd been together, what, probably 10, 12 years at this point, raising a daughter. I'm traveling all over the world, 3 continents a week. Um, we did everything we could to have Friday night sushi, right?
Oh,
I always did
nice.
everything I could to be home by 6 o'clock on Friday because I would travel Sunday morning. So I'd be home by Friday at 6. I'd have all day Saturday, and then I'd be gone Sunday. And
Sure.
that was just the way we had to do it. I catch her up on what I'm doing. She catches up on family life, but also catch up us up on the business and where we're going. And we weren't perfect. We didn't do it every Friday. I would say, shoot, 45 out of 52, we made it a priority. Flights always weren't always accommodating. Sometimes flights were delayed or canceled, but we did the best we
That's
could.
that's life.
Yeah, that's
You
life,
know?
right? Yeah. And but it's amazing. It's amazing to me where I see couples, we all kind of lose that newlywed kind of, passion, if you will.
The
Life
honeymoon
happens,
phase.
honeymoon phase, life happens, you get kids, you get distracted, you're going your own way. But if you don't continually communicate, I do not like your chances. I just don't like your chances. If you become like two ships passing in the night going different directions, that's not going to end well. You've got to, and again, these conversations don't have to be pleasant. Some of these conversations could be hard topics, like, I think you're ignoring me, or, stop buying those expensive shoes, or, what the hell are you doing? This or that. Have them early. Have those conversations early. And the thing I love about you and your wife, Matt, is that goal setting retreat. How awesome would it be if every couple, I don't care if you have kids or not, if every couple just took a long weekend to have a goal setting retreat, right? Even if it's just
Yeah.
an overnight somewhere, have a goal setting retreat. Talk about some of those. You've been doing it for 4 years in a row. How magical are those?
So, I mean, I think the biggest thing is you're able to spend that undivided attention. And so I'm even subject to not being, throughout the whole year, there's times when, work's really busy, or, focusing on a project that you're really passionate about. And, you sometimes lose that undivided attention that you could spend to who should be that most important person in your life, right? Your spouse, your significant partner. And so for us to set that time aside, maybe even unplug a little bit, right? Maybe, put the phones away for dinner, and just have that undivided communication between one another to actually listen and be an active listener in that conversation. And it's hard, like it doesn't come natural. And you mentioned hard conversations, and some of them do have to be hard, but at the end of the day, they're just conversations. You don't have to, hype them up to be this crazy intervention. No, they're just, hey, how you feeling? What are you doing? And then those can morph into the more thought-provoking questions to stir up some ideas that you didn't really think about. So um, that's I think that's
It's really
that's the key
amazing.
right there.
Folks, if you're going to be get on this path to a millionaire with your chosen partner, please do not sacrifice communications. Don't put your head down, grind, ignore, think you're doing the right thing. Talk, communicate, have hard conversations. Matt, you and your wife are doing some amazing things on X and YouTube. Where can people find you?
Yeah. So on X at the _Mojo Mindset, and then on YouTube at the Mojo Mindset. So
Thank you, buddy.